In the northern region of the triangle-shaped swamp, a fascinating discovery was unfolding. The deeper wooden boards unearthed were in remarkably good condition, something that immediately caught attention. A sense of urgency filled the air as clanking sounds rang out from the dig site. Suddenly, a sharp-eyed team member paused the operation with an urgent wait, signaling that something unusual had emerged from the earth. There, roughly 3 feet deep, was a distinct piece of shaped wood. Its appearance caused a stir. It wasn't just any fragment it had fallen and seemed deliberately crafted. This intriguing find prompted further analysis. It was cool and undeniably worth keeping. The team speculated that Lair, the site's archaeologist, might be able to date it, given its unique style. The fact that this shaped piece of wood came from such a significant depth raised several questions. Was it part of the structure the team had previously found closer to the surface, or could it belong to something buried even deeper? One possibility was particularly tantalizing, that this would hinted at multiple caches of treasure hidden in the swamp over different time periods. As always on Oak Island, speculation had to be backed by evidence in hand, and for now, this piece held promise. The discovery added to a growing body of evidence that someone had indeed worked in the swamp centuries ago. As one team member put it, the board certainly didn't arrive there by accident. The swamp remained an active and compelling area of interest. Determined to learn more, the team decided to finish investigating that small area in hopes of finding answers and not just more questions. Meanwhile, on Lot 5, another promising excavation was underway. Jack Begley joined archaeologist Fiona Steele and her assistant Todd Langseth, who were continuing their exploration of a mysterious, round stone foundation located near the shoreline. The area had already yielded incredible finds, and now they were investigating whether a visible gap in the rocks could be an entranceway. This particular part of the structure was even more intriguing because it was the only place where soil had been found that matched samples taken from more than 100 feet deep in the Money Pit area. Over the past 2 years, the team had slowly unearthed this feature, discovering not just the foundation, but also man-made mortar consistent with that found deep underground, coins, and other relics dating from the 14th to the 18th centuries. These clues suggested that the site had been used and possibly reused by multiple groups throughout history, potentially tied to the deposit of treasure in the Money Pit. Fiona instructed Jack to begin digging at a slightly elevated section of the test pit. As excavation resumed, hopes ran high. It wasn't long before they hit upon another artifact. Fiona pulled out what appeared to be a small hinge, triangular in shape, with a section that could flap open. While it didn't look large enough for a front door, it was the perfect size for a box or chest. Could it have once been part of a container that held treasure? The implications were thrilling. The possibilities deepened when another glittering object caught their attention. At first glance, it appeared to be a diamond or, at the very least, a piece of finely cut glass. The sparkling item had a star pattern on the back, something clearly crafted with care and precision. Todd and Jack speculated that it may have come from a piece of jewelry, perhaps a ring or necklace. If it was just glass, it was still significant. Creating such glass centuries ago was an art form, and any object with such craftsmanship would have held great value. As they studied it up close, the team was struck by its beauty and the star-shaped design etched into the back. Whether it was glass or gemstone, one thing was certain: it was a piece of treasure. Jack called it exactly that, a bit of treasure on Oak Island. He imagined it once being surrounded by a stash of coins or nestled within a larger trove. Finds like this weren't entirely new to the Oak Island team. Over the past decade, they had uncovered many valuable artifacts that predated the Money Pit's official discovery in 1795. These included gold-plated buttons, ancient coins, and even gemstones. One notable example was found on Lot 21 back in 2018, a piece of purple glass believed to be at least 500 years old. Now, this new discovery seemed to align with that long-standing pattern. Holding the gem-like object, the team considered the next steps. It needed to be taken back to the lab, where a CT scanner could potentially reveal more details and determine its exact composition. Jack called it a top-pocket find, an insider term for a discovery of exceptional value. Fiona, laughing along, dubbed it a dazzler, and everyone agreed. With the ongoing discoveries in the swamp and now in Lot 5, Season 12 of The Curse of Oak Island was proving to be a pivotal chapter in the island's mysterious legacy. As ancient clues continued to surface, one thing became more clear than ever before: someone had been here long ago. leaving behind traces, the hidden mission one that might finally be uncovered. It is quite the dazzler. The previous day's discovery had generated considerable excitement among the Oak Island team. One team member enthusiastically remarked, "That's an awesome find, Todd," and indeed, it was. The following morning, the investigation into the mysterious gem-like object continued. In the Oak Island Research Lab, the core team gathered once again. There was a quiet sense of anticipation in the air. One of the team members initiated the conversation, saying, "So, I called you in today to look at this kind of seemingly innocuous artifact. I find it really exciting. It's a little glass jewel." This particular find had brought together some of the key figures involved in the Oak Island mystery, including archaeologist Laird Niven and archaeometallurgist Emma Culligan. The team was eager to hear Emma's scientific assessment of the gem-like artifact, which had been found just one day earlier near the enigmatic round feature on Lot 5. Emma explained that her analysis revealed the object had a really high lead content. This was unusual and significant. Such a high composition of lead would not be found in modern glassware. "It's really clean, really controlled composition. I've never seen that before," she noted, indicating just how rare and unusual the object was. Laird then added his expertise to the analysis. He explained that the item was what is referred to as paste, a form of flint glass with high lead content that is ground up and pressed into a mold. This process was first developed in France. That detail prompted an even deeper historical dive. Narration filled in the rest of the context. In the early 18th century, French jeweler Georg Friedrich Strasse invented simulated gemstones by adding elements like bismuth, thallium, and lead to finely ground glass powder. He created a paste-like material that, once heated and molded, became artificial gemstones. These imitations were nearly as brilliant and, in some cases, nearly as valuable as real diamonds. Laird confirmed that French high society, during that time, often wore such artificial gems, and the style quickly became a trend. Emma then provided a more specific date, stating, "So, 1734 would have been the invention or introduction of this kind of crystal." She further explained that she had examples mid to late 1700s lead glass in her database. However, this particular artifact had a lead content 10% higher than those recorded examples. That placed the item compositionally between the early and mid-1700s. The discussion then shifted to the historical implications. One of the team members pointed out that this timeline squarely matched the Duc d'Anvillès expedition. That suggested a person of significance and wealth may have once been present on Lot 5. Perhaps they were merely visiting or, more intriguingly, overseeing a major operation. The structure where the item was found was crude, possibly a workers' camp. But its proximity to money tip-like soul gave weight to the theory that there was a purposeful connection to the treasure burial efforts. The narration then asked an important question: could the round feature on Lot 5 have been used as a base camp during a significant operation to bury treasure in the money pit? And could that explain why the mortar-like material discovered in the feature matches the soil recovered from deep underground at the excavation site? The connections were beginning to form. The analysis pointed to one clear conclusion: someone of importance had been on Lot 5. "I think so. Somebody with wealth," one of the team members concluded. The timing and context made the find even more significant. They then turned to Laird, asking, "You've excavated all around the province. Is this the first one of these things you've found?" Laird confirmed, "It is." "Yeah." That revelation brought the conversation to a new level. One of the team members declared, "That's probably, to me, one of the most significant things on Lot 5. The sentiment was echoed all around the room. "Excellent data, excellent find, excellent analysis," they concluded. As the conversation wrapped up, the energy in the room remained high. The find had not only added another piece to the Oak Island puzzle, it had opened new doors for exploration. "Food for thought for us, but hopefully we can find more stuff in the money pit," one of them remarked. Motivated by the discovery, the group collectively voiced their determination to continue the search. "Let's go find some more," one said. Another added with excitement, "Go find the brothers and sisters of that thing." The team was energized and ready to get back to work. "All right, will do," came the final response, marking the beginning of the next phase in their ever-deepening quest to solve the mysteries of Oak Island.